Good.
What do you think of the piece on you guys in the dance piece? Did you get a chance to watch it over?
I have not seen it, but based on the incredible amount of texts of people saying it was done well, I have to believe it went well.
Just how fun is that dynamic? I mean, you come to a new place, obviously you get off route, you've got your family, your wife, everything else, and to come into kind of what looks like that family environment that you have, does that just make that transition and to then just focus on football that much easier?
Absolutely, and kind of like the piece said, all of us in that room are in the same season of life right now, so all of us know what we're going through probably at home in some way or another. So just helps us in understanding further, on the field, off the field, and gets us closer.
I don't know if rust is the right term, especially given the experience that you've had, but how much did you feel like you maybe had to knock off with not getting the full training camp experience that you normally would get?
Yeah, I know. I think that's always the case week one. The team in general, we didn't play in the preseason, and that's the right decision in my mind. But that there's risk that comes with it, and we got it going, and thank goodness we got it going when we needed to.
Where's the chemistry? I mean, that's such an important, underrated part of the offensive line. You talk about it, you get two all pros on either shoulder, probably makes it easier. But how are you in terms of just the feel for what those guys like to do?
Yeah, it's getting good. Like you said, I missed some of training camp, but I was in the room every day, with them talking through things. So, it's coming along.
Kevin, obviously, when you came here, you anticipated playing with one of the top lines in the league. Can you just kind of talk about how that expectation compares to what it was actually like game day in front of that crowd and the mentality that this offense came out with to run the ball and also to finish it off pounding the ball?
Yeah, I mean, with that expectation, like the way the game ended, that's how you expect it. But obviously, we had some rust, kind of stalled out a little here and there. And it's on us to make sure we can do that for an entire game, not just, one big drive.
David Montgomery joked after the game that he hates overtime. Well, probably wasn't a joke. But how rewarding is it when you kind of go through that, you get to overtime, and then you're the team that comes out ahead? Is there anything to be gained mentally from that type of win?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's never fun to go to overtime as a player. Rather take care of business, during regulation. But, when that, presents itself, the fact that we were able to go in, get the ball, and get it done, that's huge.
Did you guys have a sense that you were beginning to exert your will against them a little bit and believe that you could have that type of drive in overtime?
I think, the fact that we were just able to do the 2 minute and get the game tied up, has a little momentum there. And then, once it started rolling, it started rolling.
He said on the broadcast, I think it was Chris Collinsworth said it's hard to find many buildings in the NFL where there are more offensive lineman jerseys in the stands. To look up and see so many 58s and 68s. What does it mean just to be a part of this culture that this city has and the love they have for your group?
It's awesome, like it was kind of mentioned before, I came here knowing the tradition of the O-line the last couple of years, and the fact that the whole city has bought into it, like, just gives you extra motivation to, take it even further and make it even better.
What is it like playing two all pros now that you've had it for kind of live action, just being in there next to Vinay and next to Frank, just make your job easier? What's it like? Just was it what you thought it would be?
Yeah, just both incredibly smart, both incredibly athletic, and, they know how to play this game really well. And, for me, just being in there, it's excellent communication. It helps, and as we figure each other out in these live situations.
Touched on the final drive of regulation. How much of a factor do you think that played in what you guys were able to do in overtime? The fact that they were kind of gassed, I guess, a little bit going into that extra period.
I mean, I hadn't thought about it, but maybe that did play something into it. And obviously, we took advantage if that was the case.
You got some young guys who kind of be on the depth chart, including Christian Hobby. How do you approach mentorship as you kind of help get into this league? Is this something you embrace and enjoy?
Absolutely. I mean, in terms of young guys, there's only so many things. There's only some things you can learn in football by actually being out there and playing the actual game. So for the guys who aren't out there yet, you try to explain, those hidden things here and there, and hope they click by the time they get out on the field.
Seeing him live, what was your impression of how Jerry commanded the huddle with Randy out?
He did great. Like smart guy, pretty good communication. Had a couple hiccups here and there, but that's to be expected week one. And now that we kind of know what our issues are, it's on us to fix them.
What do you think of the third down scramble? Just
Absolutely. I thought he was going to take it the whole way. I was pretty excited.
I don't imagine you've looked at the Bucs much, but you know what the Top Bills defense is like. So, just what type of challenge you guys have this week.
I mean, yeah, like we kind of mentioned it lightly today. Like, we know it's a heck of a defense. Have a little history with the team playing them 2 times last year, and we know it's going to be a bigger challenge even than this past week. So we have to make sure we improve and get better and see what happens.
Play a team, but when you play a team twice like that in a year and then you come back right away, once in the playoffs, do you expect anything different from them on the other side, like in terms of like extra motivation to,
I mean, I guess you can always say there's motivation. It's game day, but just because it's early season, you don't know what they've changed yet or anything. So, no matter what happens, we'll have to be ready for it.
Today he was named the captain. Just wondering your early assessment of what kind of leader you're seeing, because he's so young, what kind of leader he's becoming.
I think it's with him. It's he shows up every day. He plays with a lot of passion, and a lot of people follow that. And for him, to be as good as he is, as young as he is, age doesn't matter. When you've got it, you got it. Cool. Yep. No problem.
What up? How's it going?
Still lots of things to clean up probably after watching the tape, but just, the whole, that team to under 4 yards rushing per attempt to have, I think it was, 12 quarterback hits. Just what you think of the performance first time out, you guys as a collective group?
I thought it was solid. We know we can be better in certain areas, little small details here and there. But I thought we got to the quarterback. I thought we affected him. And I thought we played, we did our job in the run game. But like I was saying, there's always little small details you can always clean up. And, with that being our first game, there's a lot of things you can clean up. And going forward, we're looking to do and continue to do the same thing, affecting the quarterback, affecting the run game. So I think it was solid for our first outing.
What about Marcus in that group, too, of just the game you thought he had and how he impacted that other side opposite Hutch?
Davenport, you've seen it. He's physical. He's a presence out there. And that's just who he is. That's how he plays. And every time I'm on the field, I can always hear him hitting somebody to the side or something. So he's real physical, and he's going to get off that edge when he wants to.
Hear him hitting?
Yeah, I'm always
He's that
hearing
strong.
Davenport hitting somebody, always. You can always hear it. He's head first all the time. So you can always hear when he's hitting somebody.
First impressions of playing next to Levi in a game?
Well, I mean, me and Levi played together before, so, but, Levi that's who he is. That's the type of player that he is. He's worked and got himself back in that position to be Levi again. And he's comfortable. You saw him. He's got a sack last night. So he's doing great. I'm really excited to see what Levi does.
You guys held the Rams to 20 points. Tim mentioned some of the other positive stats, but every defensive player I talked to in the locker room was kind of fixated on their mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why that's the mentality in that locker room. Like, why is it hard to appreciate the accomplishment the moment you're already, the mindset is, where can I get better?
Yeah, because you want to hold them to 0 points. I think we had them at 3 at halftime, and we wanted to keep it there. It was 3 too many. But that's just always our mindset here is, like, how can you get better every day, every second of the day? Like, what can we do to fix this, fix that? Because you want to hold them to 0. You can't score, you can't win. So, yeah, that's always our mindset.
How much are you looking forward to DJ getting back, and just what did you see from him in those maybe snaps that you guys lined up in practice last week, and what kind of duo do you think you can be, and just how much talent and depth will you guys have up front once he gets back too?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what DJ does. Everybody in here knows exactly who DJ Reader is as a player. He's a vet, and he knows exactly what he's doing out there. He's really savvy in some things, and he's very good, very athletic. So I'm really, really excited to see how DJ, when he comes back, I'm really excited to see how this goes, see how this plays. I think it's going to be great. We're definitely going to stuff the run, and we're going to be able to get after the quarterback. So I think it'll be really exciting.
How do you think he helps you? Like, what does he do for your game? What can he bring out?
He's going to have to take up some double teams. I'm going to be able to get some one-on-ones. So he has to take some double teams on because he's just going to destroy centers. That's just what he does, and that's what he did when he was in Cincy. So, yeah, he's going to take some double teams, and he's going to leave some one-on-ones on the other side. So.
You're okay not having to deal with doubles or something.
Yeah, that's perfect. Except in the run game. But other than that, yeah, I'm good.
Smile there. You looking forward to that?
What?
A big smile on your face when you talk about somebody else taking double T. That's usually you.
Right now is Hutch taking it. Wherever side Hutch is on, he's going to take it. And DJ's probably going to most of the time be on that side and be on the opposite side. So, yeah, it's already happening now anyway. So I'm good to go. But when DJ comes back, it just adds that much more of a presence in there, knowing what the type of player he is, who he is in this league. So, yeah.
A guy that's so eager to share his knowledge. You see him working with young guys all the time. I know year 4, you're still kind of a young guy in some ways as well. I mean, what has he given you, some kind of tip, trick, something that you've been able to take away from DJ?
Well, I guess that's when I get questions like that, I always can't think of something on the spot. But it's always a little something small, something here and there, whether you're talking about hand placement or where my feet could be or what type of move to hit here, keep going power or something like that. Like he was doing it at the game last night. When we would come off the field, he would just tell us here and there a little tip or whatever that he's seen from our rep, whether to keep going power or to keep pressing it and stuff like that. So he's always got something that he can share, and I really love that he does that because it helps me out a lot.
What is the identity in your mind of this defensive unit, and even if you compare that down to the defensive line?
Mm-hmm. The identity is violent. That's our identity. We want to be feared. We want to be violent. That's how defenses win games. That's our advantage is fear, and that's our identity. We want to be feared. We want to be that violent defense that nobody wants to play against. So.
Even though you guys didn't have, large sack numbers yesterday, how do you guys watch the film and interpret pressures, getting a guy out of the pocket and just changing up their game plan? How much are those wins for you guys?
Those are definitely wins, but more so when we're cutting down the film or breaking down the film, we don't really talk about like if this was a pressure or if it's like if it's obvious, yeah, we're bringing it up like you affected the throw here, stuff like that. But like when we're breaking down the film, we don't really get too much into that. And then obviously a sack is a sack when you see a sack, but we don't really break it down like that, to be honest, when we're watching it. But we do, when you do have a good rush or something like that, we do make it a point to let you know that.
Simple question, but just if mind over matter is the thing, what's the difference on a primetime game that goes as late as it did with overtime, walking in this building with a win compared to walking in here after a loss?
Oh, it's night and day. It's much better walking in here with a win. With the loss, everybody's down. Nobody likes losing. So I'd much rather come in here with a win because I was up till 4 a.m. and couldn't sleep. So I'd much rather come in with a win than a loss.
Yeah, the team signed Chris Smith to the active roster. Can you speak to the work that you saw that he put in last year, and what do you think he could bring to this defensive line?
Oh, yeah. Chris has dedicated his life to the NFL and to the Lions. He's become really, really good and really stout inside. And Chris was always there. He just, he didn't have, league experience yet. And he's been able to get some experience under his belt, practice and whatnot. Going against our O-line, first of all. And he's just really been able to sharpen a lot of his tools, a lot of his skills, and Chris has become a really, really good player inside. And I'm really excited to see what he does in there. He's going to be able to blossom in there for sure.
Back to what you said 4 a.m. you were up till?
I was up till 4 a.m, just laying there. I watched the film, and then crazy enough, Reba was on. I was watching Reba till like 4 a.m. Yeah, so, yeah.
Fan?
My girlfriend's been watching it lately a lot, so I just been on, and it was just running the whole night. And now I looked at my phone, it was 4 a.m. It was on Netflix.
You still ignoring your agent's calls?
Say it again?
You still ignoring your agent's calls?
Ignore my agent's calls?
Yeah. Said you didn't want to hear from him at all about the contract.
Oh, yeah. I'm not I'm worried about these games. I'm worried about week 2 right now. So.
Nothing new shaking there? Nothing new shaking with that?
No, I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
Quick follow-up.
We gotta go.
Oh.
Appreciate it.